Now, the question that the Electrifying team generally get asked the most is, probably rather predictably, what's the best car you've driven this year? And that question is actually harder to answer than you might imagine. So to help me come up with the definitive answer to that question next time I'm asked it down the pub, I've enlisted the help of the world's finest motoring journalists in the form of the World Car of the Year jury. And this car, the Hyundai Insta, is in the top 3. What about the rest? Well, I will tell you shortly. But before I do, please do show the subscribe button some love and make sure you switch those notifications on. So let me tell you about the World Car Awards. It's a little bit like the Oscars of the car world, but without the red carpet and the sparkly dresses, which is a bit of a shame. Every year we get together, and this year it was made up of 96 jurors from 30 countries around the world, and we debated, deliberated and decided on the finalists in the various categories from a pool of 52 vehicles that were eligible for the 2025 awards. And I can now reveal the final 3. Of course, we have got this car, which I've already said is in it, the Hyundai Insta. This is the very first one in the UK, literally arrived off the boat about 24 hours ago. So joining it is the Kia EV3, which is also our electrifying.com car of the year. And making up the trio, a car I haven't got here today, it's the BMW X3. Now, there isn't an electric version of this new X3. That's because BMW is going through a complete revamp and redesign of its electric lineup, and the iX3, the electric version, will be coming later in 2025. It's going to be based on the Vision Neue Class X concept, which I saw last year and of which there is a video here on the YouTube channel that you can look at if you want to get an idea of what is coming next from BMW. Before we take a more detailed look at 2 of our finalists, let's check out the other electric cars that have made the cut. In the World Electric Vehicle category, we've got the Kia EV3 and the Hyundai Insta making a second appearance in the final 3, with the Porsche Macan Electric completing the trio. There are 2 electric appearances in World Luxury Car, the Porsche Macan and the Volvo EX90. And World Performance Car, well, the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT goes into that. The World Urban Car category is all electric. The BYD Seagull, which will be renamed the Surf when it goes on sale later this year in the UK. The Hyundai Insta once again, and the Mini Cooper Electric making up the trio. World Car Design, well, that's another appearance for the Kia EV3, along with the VW ID Buzz. Here's a fun fact for you. A Kia or a Hyundai has been named World Car of the Year for the past 3 years, so they must be doing something right. Now, you might be wondering why cars like the brilliant Renault 5 aren't included in this lineup, and that's because this is a global awards programme. So any car that is eligible needs to be in sale in a number of markets around the world, of which a lot of cars aren't, so that's why you won't see them in the lineup. Okay, let's take a bit of a look at each of them. I reckon Insta first. Both Kia and Hyundai do go for bold design, and as I said, each has got a pretty unique style. So the Insta, well, that gets the pixel design we see on all the brand's electric cars. I just love it. I love the K-car vibes you get from the narrow, tall stance, that cute yet tough blockiness. I think it looks really cool, and trust me, when you see them on the road, they really are head-turning. As for those cute, oversized circular headlights, I think they give it a friendly face. I saw loads of these on the road in Korea when I first drove this last year, and they do look great. It's also a really good size for nipping in and out of narrow city streets, as I found out. So there are 3 options with the Insta. You get 2 options that look like this, entry level and top range, and then there's a chunkier Insta Cross that looks a bit different, a bit beefier. So the entry level gets a 42 kilowatt hour battery and an official range of 203 miles. This gets a 49 kilowatt hour battery, that gets 229 miles. If you go for the slightly higher spec version of this car, then that dips down slightly to 223 miles. The Cross gets exactly the same range and the same battery. Now, I can't talk about efficiency here in the UK. We can't actually drive this, it's not even registered yet. But the first drive that I had in Korea was pretty close to the claimed range. And that's something I also felt when I drove this car in the US as well, although it was very warm weather over there. So as standard, you get a heat pump along with vehicle to load charging, a great feature which allows you to use the car to power any manner of things, your electric scooter, your coffee maker. The issue with it is, though, that it is an optional extra. It's only available on the higher spec Insta2, and you do have to pay extra for it. So you are going to really have to want to make a cup of coffee on the go if you're going to fork out for it. So charging, peak rapid charging speed, 73 kilowatt hours for the standard battery. This car gets 85 kilowatts. Speeds which perhaps aren't that impressive compared to some of the competition, but it does mean that you'll be able to top up to around 80% in about half an hour, which is pretty decent.
The EV3, well, that's basically the smallest sibling of the EV9, isn't it? Which, in case you didn't know, was the 2024 World Car of the Year. So this is a really important car for Kia because compact SUVs like this are one of the fastest growing segments of car. They make up almost a third of all the new cars sold in Europe. Now, it might be a case of, honey, I shrunk the EV9, but I do think the EV3 is a great all-rounder in its own right. It closely resembles the concept car, a brilliant thing in my opinion, and something that Kia is really good at doing. It's such a bugbear of mine when we see a fantastic looking concept car which is then really watered down for the production version. But I do have to admit the EV3 has quite a bold design and it may not be to everyone's taste.
The EV3 comes with two battery options. Standard range, which gets a 58.3 kilowatt hour battery and a range of up to 270 miles, and long range with its 81.4 kilowatt hour battery and a range of up to 375 miles. I mean, that's such a usable range for a car in this class, and it doesn't seem that long ago that an electric car with a range of 300 miles was something that we really only dreamed about. In everyday real-world running, we've experienced between 3.3 to 4.4 miles per kilowatt hours, depending on the weather conditions, time of year. Like the Insta, you get the option of the heat pump, but only on the top of the range model, and then you will also pay extra for it. Vehicle to load is standard on all options, and you get rapid charging speeds of up to 120 kilowatts on the smaller battery. That rises a little bit to 128 kilowatts on this larger battery car. But what that means in the real world is that you can put 100 miles of range on an EV3 in about 15 minutes. I mean, that just makes it really usable, doesn't it? That's great for, you know, just doing a quick top up and go on a longer journey. And it's just another example for me of how quickly EV technology is developing at the moment. These cars are becoming really usable.
This video is brought to you with Andersen EV, the UK's most awarded home charge point brand of 2024, offering over 200 colour and finish options, a market-leading 7-year warranty and a unique hidden tethered cable.
Another plus for both of these cars is that they've been built on platforms, the hardware underneath, designed for electric cars. This is a very good thing because it means there's less compromising on things like battery efficiency and space.
Now, for me, one of the big strengths of the Insta is small car, loads of space. You get a kind of Jenga-like seat adaptability, which allows you to basically turn this into a minivan if you need it to be. The seats will fold flat, including the passenger seat, and you can slide the rear seats back and forward so you get more load space in the boot or more passenger space as you need. However, you only get that if you opt for the top spec car. I think quality is generally really good. It's well equipped. It's got loads of driver assistance tech. It's basically all the technology that you'll find across all of Hyundai's EV lineup, including the more expensives, Ioniq 5 and 6. And if the steering wheel looks familiar, that's because you'll find that in those cars too. There's a good choice of both physical buttons and a touchscreen as well, which I like. There's a choice of a couple of trims, including a really nice kind of black and white houndstooth, which I think looks really cool. And if you do want to check out that, then go and look at our deep dive videos into the Insta here on the YouTube channel. So the EV3, of course, draws on the EV9 for loads of the interior design and also the tech. First thing you notice really are these two screens, 12.3 with a 5-inch display in the middle, and they're all together in that slim housing on the top of the dash, and you'll recognise that from the EV9 if you're familiar with that car. Again, like the Insta, you're getting that big car tech at a more affordable price. Just like an EV9, you've got a great mixture of physical buttons, some here on the steering wheel. You've got them there for the climate control, volume button, I love that. And it is really nice being able to quickly access physical buttons rather than having to use the screen for everything when you're driving. It just feels a bit safer to me. Quality in here feels good, it's nice, it's bright, it's light and it's airy. I'm not going to go into too much of a deep dive on the interior of either of these cars. If you want to find out more about them, then we've got full review videos here on the YouTube channel and also full reviews over at electrifying.com.
Also in those reviews is loads of info about how each of these cars drive. They both drive extremely well in their own way. And we have a first UK drive of the Insta coming to the channel very soon, along with its very first twin test. So do subscribe if you aren't already.
So should we get back to the question that I get asked a lot? What's the best car that you've driven over the past year? This is where I get annoying, I'm sorry, because I can't tell you. It's not that I won't. It's just that at the moment, I actually don't know, because the top secret results are under lock and key, ready to be revealed on Wednesday, the 16th of April at the New York Auto Show. I will be live streaming it here on our YouTube channel if you really can't wait and you want to join me. So, all will be revealed then, and of course we'll have the details on the electrifying.com website. You can also check out World Car's website too, along with all the social feeds. Now, if you do want to find out more detailed reviews about our top cars, including the ones in other categories like the Porsche Macan, the VW ID Buzz, the Volvo EX90, then they're here on the YouTube channel, but also over at electrifying.com. And if you aren't already, please do subscribe to the channel, because if electric cars are your thing, then we're the channel for you.